Listen, we're about to dive deep in this video. I'm about to tell you some very specific things that I know you're experiencing right now. And the reason why you're going through this is because something big's about to manifest in your life, something like your desired reality. Okay. Now you're mentally recognizing things before you even own them. You see something that you never had, something like a certain amount of money or your dream home. And there is an immediate sense of recognition and it feels strangely connected to you. And then there are certain amounts of money that are randomly entering your mind. And it's not the amount that you normally would think about. It's a very specific amount. It just appears in your mind and you don't know why that number came to you. And then you are occasionally thinking from the other side of manifestation. It's not how will I get it? Your mind has already jumped past receiving it. You're thinking about what happens afterwards, after you win that jackpot. And right now you're mentally solving problems with resources that you don't even have yet. You're thinking about who you're going to help. You're thinking about what you're going to fix. Your mind is already allocating abundance that hasn't even arrived yet. Okay. And then you're getting random thoughts about where you're going to put things, something for your new home, something for your new lifestyle. And then you realize, wait a minute, I don't even have that yet. And right now you're seeing ordinary objects and you're connecting them to your desired life, to your desired reality, something like furniture or something like artwork, something completely random. And you're just saying things like, man, that would look good in my new place. That would look good in my new place. Right. And then you're mentally decorating rooms that doesn't even exist yet while you're doing this. You're seeing where things go. You know how this room feels. But you haven't even physically stood inside of that room, but you already know how it feels, okay? And right now, you're imagining the sound of your desired reality, the quiet mornings, the different surroundings. See, your vision isn't just visual anymore. You are visualizing the sound. Not only are you visualizing the sound, you're imagining what your new life is going to smell like, okay? What your new home is going to smell like, the different environments that you're in. What's that? You're imagining what that is going to smell like. See, the picture is becoming strangely sensory right now. And then your desired reality is developing tiny details, okay? Not the big manifestation. You're imagining the everyday little things, the details you normally wouldn't think about in your visualization. Okay. Now I want you to pay attention to this part. All right. You're imagining the boring days of your desired reality. OK, things like grocery shopping, things like just sitting around and doing nothing. You're not only imagining the exciting parts anymore. OK, and you're seeing yourself doing things that wealth would just make completely ordinary. OK, paying something immediately, booking something without the stress, without worrying about the money. No celebration needed. Just a normal life, okay? And then you're mentally hearing conversations from that reality already. Someone congratulating you, someone asking you about your new life, how you feel. And the conversation almost feels like it's already written, okay? And then you're imagining telling someone the good news, okay? You can see their reaction. You can see their facial expression. You know exactly who you're going to call when this happens. And sometimes you can almost hear their voice, okay, telling you, man, I'm so happy for you. You know, things like that. You can hear it. And then you're thinking about the first night after everything changes. Everyone else, they go home, okay? The excitement, it gets quiet. And you're just sitting there realizing, man, my life is different right now, right? And you're also imagining the first morning in your new reality, okay? Waking up, opening up your eyes, remembering what happened. And the first thought is, man, is this real? Yeah, this is real, okay? You're already imagining these things right now, all right? And you're also thinking about what would suddenly become irrelevant. Okay, the problems that dominate you today, the things that you currently worry about from that reality, some of them look tiny, doesn't it? Okay, that's because you're already living in that desired reality. All right. And then you're imagining looking back at this exact period, at this exact time, not escaping it, but looking backwards from somewhere else, from the future wealthy version of yourself. Almost like today is already becoming an old chapter. That's because it is. Okay. And then you're mentally explaining to someone how everything changed. Okay. You wouldn't believe what happened. You're saying things like that. And you can almost hear yourself telling that story. But the story, it hasn't even happened yet. okay? And then you're imagining someone saying, I remember when you struggled. I remember when you talked about this, when you were here, when you were there, right? Your mind is putting the present into the past already, okay? Now, here's where it gets a little bit weird, okay? You're occasionally surprised when you remember that you don't even have it yet, okay? And for a moment, you were somewhere else mentally. You were already living in a desired reality, okay? Then the present reality returns, and there's almost a tiny moment of confusion, okay? And then something expensive right now can look strangely ordinary to you. You notice it, but you don't. It's like you don't experience it as something that's unreachable for you, okay? It feels like something you can manifest right now. Your mind it's like your mind almost treats it like something very, very familiar, okay? And then you're seeing certain things and you're thinking mine before correcting yourself, okay? A type of house, your dream home, a certain kind of lifestyle. And the thought, it just comes faster than the logic, okay? And then right now, you're thinking about who gets access to you after everything changes, okay? Who knows your business? Who knows how to get in contact with you? Who knows what you have? Your mind is already considering boundaries around that abundance that you're about to have in your life, okay? And then you're thinking about keeping wealth quiet right now. You don't want to tell anybody, not announcing everything to anybody, not explaining every move that you're making. You're imagining the responsibility that comes with having more, that comes with having abundance, okay? And then you're wondering how people would treat you differently right now. The same you, but different circumstances. You're mentally watching relationships from the other side of success, because once you become wealthy, people will start treating you different, okay? You're going to have a different kind of relationship, and you're going to start to notice that some of your friendships right now are going to try. Remember I said try to turn into transactionships, because people are going to come to you like this. People are going to come to you like that, right? You're going to notice a lot of that, all right? And right now, you're imagining people discover your success without you even telling them. It's like they see it themselves, okay? They're going to notice it. Somebody tells them or something like that. It's like you're not even announcing it. I'm telling you, you may not tell a lot of people, you may not tell anybody, but people are going to find out that you are wealthy. No matter how much you try to hide it, no matter how much you try to disappear, people are going to sense it. They're going to find out about it. All right. Now, right now, you're thinking about what you would never tell anybody. Okay. Certain numbers, certain purchases, parts of your desired reality are already starting to feel private. You're starting to treat it like as if it already happened. You're like, I'm not going to tell this person this. I'm not going to tell them how much I won in the lottery. I'm just going to try to keep it to myself. But I'm telling you, no matter how much you do this, people are going to find out, okay? And then you're imagining having to say no, even though you have plenty, even though you have a lot, okay? Everybody can't have access. Every request can't become your responsibility either. Your mind is exploring the weight of abundance, okay? And then you're thinking about how wealth would change other people around you, okay? Not just you. Family dynamics, okay? The dynamics of friends, okay? Your manifestation suddenly has consequences beyond yourself, okay? Now, let's take it a little bit deeper into wealth right now. You're seeing a bank balance that doesn't even exist yet. A specific number, it just enters your mind, and you can almost picture it on the screen looking on your phone. And it's strangely, seeing it mentally doesn't shock you anymore. Just visualizing yourself with millions of dollars looking in your phone, I'm telling you, it doesn't feel like a shock. It doesn't feel like something that you can't manifest anymore. It feels like something that's about to happen, right? And then you're imagining the moment money stops being an emergency. Something unexpected happens in your life and you just simply handle it without all that worrying. No panic, no scrambling, no fear attached to it. You're already imagining this right now. And you're thinking about the first time you realize you don't have to work anymore. You wake up in the morning and it's like nobody owns your time in that day, okay? You don't have to punch any kind of clock anymore. And suddenly you realize your time belongs to you, okay? And time is so precious. Time is the first currency in your life. And you're starting to visualize this already, okay? And then you're imagining paying something that currently feels huge, like it's nothing, okay? And that amount It's like it hasn't changed. Your resources have changed. And what feels heavy today feels like it just feels ordinary from that reality, okay? And then you're seeing yourself checking your account without anxiety, without worrying. No preparing yourself before you look at your account. No hoping that there is enough. You already know that there's more than you need in that account already, okay? And then you're imagining money coming in a while that it's coming in a while you're doing something completely unrelated, okay? It's just coming in. You're sleeping, you're traveling, and something that you've already built is still producing, okay? It's just coming in. Maybe it's a lottery annuity, maybe it's a multi-million-dollar business that's about to manifest, whatever it is, an inheritance, okay? You're already imagining just money coming in while you're sleeping, while you're resting, okay? And then you're thinking about what you're going to do when a paycheck is no longer the main event, okay? Money isn't tied to one deposit anymore. One source isn't carrying everything. Your mind is picturing abundance differently right now. You're already focusing on multiple streams of income entering your life, okay? And then you're seeing yourself making a major purchase without needing permission from your finances, okay? You decide, you handle it, okay? The decision it's not controlled by whether you can afford it anymore, okay? That's no longer your worry anymore in this desired reality, all right? And then you're imagining what it feels like to have more money than immediate needs, okay? Everything is handled. Nothing is waiting anymore. And there's still money left. There's way more money left, okay? And then you're thinking about where the extra goes, okay? Not where the bill money comes from, okay? Not how you're going to survive month after month. Your mind is already asking what to do with the overflow, okay? Now, here's where the future memory starts to get deep, okay? You're mentally looking back at financial stress while you're still experiencing it, okay? The situation is happening right now, but sometimes you see yourself beyond it. Almost like you're remembering this period from somewhere ahead, from the future wealthy version of yourself. And you're imagining telling the story of the last time you were ever broke. You can see yourself laughing about it. Later on, you can remember how serious it felt, but mentally, you're telling the story after it's over, okay? And then you're starting to picture a before and after in your financial life. Before everything changed, after everything changed. And somehow you feel like you're standing near the line between both of them right now, okay? And then you're imagining the exact moment you realize your financial life has already changed. You see the number, you understand what it means. And there's a moment where your mind has to catch up with your reality, okay? And then you're thinking about the first person you would help without telling them, okay? No announcement, no recognition or anything like that. You just simply remove a burden because now now you're able to, okay? And then you're imagining problems that exist only because you have more, okay? Where you would put it, how you're going to protect it, your wealth. Your imagination has moved beyond getting money into managing abundance, protecting your wealth, okay? And then you're seeing your current lifestyle from the perspective of the wealthy you. Certain decisions that look different, certain expenses that look different. You're mentally viewing today from a financial reality that you haven't even reached yet, okay? And then you're imagining what becomes normal once abundance is normal in your life, okay? Traveling without months of planning, helping without hurting yourself or something like that. Things that feel extraordinary now become everyday life, just normal everyday life, okay? And then you're starting to experience wealth from the inside. You're not just watching someone else's life. You're not standing outside wishing anymore. Your mind, you already is the person living it right now, okay? And then you're creating memories of abundance before the experience even exists. You're mentally looking backwards from financial freedom right now. You're feeling emotions connected to the moment that hasn't even physically happened yet. And that's the strange part, okay? That is the strange part. Your desired reality isn't always showing up like something you're wishing for anymore. Sometimes it feels like something that's already in your life right now, something that you already have, doesn't it? I'm telling you, You are visualizing a life, a chapter that you're about to step into right now. A lot of the times your mind, it mentally rehearses the lifestyle that you are about to live in, okay? It's not imaginary anymore. It's not something that might happen. This is something that's happening right now, okay? This is a life that you are about to step into right now. The more you visualize this, the more you use all of your senses in this. Okay, this is the reality that you are creating right now. Stay focused on that reality. All right, you're already remembering things about a life that you are about to step into. All right, now thank you so much for tuning into Millionaire Mindset, where everything happens in divine time by divine design, but you are the divine design. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment on this video, and hype this video up. Until the next video, Millionaire Mindset signing off, baby.